The stars were vast and endless. Humanity had reached the edges of known space. They had pushed through countless systems. Some were barren, others were teeming with life. It was in one such uncharted system that the Great Three were found. The year was 2642. Humanity had become masters of exploration. Their ships were fast, their technology advanced, their curiosity boundless. Captain Elise Marlowe commanded the Odyssey. It was an exploration vessel built for deep space missions. Her crew was diverse: scientists, engineers, soldiers. They were united by a single goal: to find the unknown and uncover its secrets. They entered the Crixus Nebula, a dense field of gas and stars. It was here that their sensors detected something unusual. The object was massive. It floated in silence. Its surface shimmered with colors. The scans returned no clear answers. It was neither a natural formation nor a typical starship. Marlowe ordered a closer approach. The Odyssey moved carefully. The object came into full view. Its shape was elegant and alien. 3 massive structures intertwined. Each one was distinct, yet they were connected in perfect symmetry. The first structure resembled a colossal tree. Its branches were metallic. They glowed faintly with energy. The second was a crystalline spire. It refracted light in endless patterns. The third was a sphere. Its surface rippled like water. Together they formed the Great Three. The crew was awestruck. Their discovery was unprecedented. The question loomed large: who had created these wonders? The Odyssey sent out drones. They approached the Great Three cautiously. Data began streaming back to the ship. The metallic tree radiated a faint hum. It seemed alive in some way. The crystalline spire emitted energy signatures. They defied known physics. The liquid-like sphere pulsed rhythmically. It was as if it had a heartbeat. The crew's excitement was palpable. The Great Three were ancient and beyond comprehension. The ship's lead scientist was Dr. Lena Kael. She specialized in xenoarchaeology. She believed the Great Three were remnants of an advanced civilization, one far older than humanity. Her analysis revealed strange symbols etched onto the tree's branches. The spire's energy patterns appeared to encode information. The sphere's ripples formed sequences. It was as if the structures were communicating. Captain Marlowe ordered an away mission. A team was assembled. They wore advanced exosuits. Their mission was to gather data and investigate the Great Three up close. The shuttle descended toward the metallic tree. Its surface was smooth and cold. The team began scanning. They discovered intricate carvings. They resembled constellations, yet none matched known star charts. Kael theorized they were maps. Perhaps they pointed to other relics of the same civilization. As they explored further, a low vibration began. The metallic tree responded to their presence. Lights ignited along its branches. Patterns shifted. It was as if the structure was awakening. The team was both thrilled and cautious. They returned to the shuttle with samples. Analysis on the Odyssey confirmed their findings. The tree contained traces of an unknown alloy. It was resistant to all attempts at analysis. The crystalline spire was their next target. The team approached carefully. The spire's surface was dazzling. It refracted light into a spectrum of colors. Touching it caused vibrations. They could feel them even through their suits. Kael theorized the spire was some form of data repository. It was storing vast amounts of information. Unlocking it could reveal the secrets of the civilization that created the Great Three. The team attempted to interface with the spire. They used their most advanced tools. The spire responded with flashes of light. Patterns formed and dissolved. They realized it was testing them. It required understanding. After hours of work, a breakthrough occurred. A sequence of lights stabilized. A holographic projection emerged. It showed a galaxy. Stars and planets aligned in precise formations. The projection was mesmerizing. It revealed a timeline. Events played out in rapid succession. Star systems were born and destroyed. Massive constructs appeared. They resembled the Great Three. Kael was certain. This was the history of the creators. The projection ended abruptly. The spire dimmed. The team returned to the ship. Their data was invaluable. The final structure was the liquid-like sphere. It pulsed gently. Its surface was hypnotic. The team approached cautiously. Unlike the tree or the spire, the sphere felt alive. It responded to their presence instantly. Waves of energy emanated outward. The sphere seemed to scan them, one by one. Each wave carried a unique frequency. The team recorded everything. Kael postulated the sphere was a biological interface. It was meant for a direct communication. But with whom, or what? As they observed, the sphere began to shift. A form emerged. It was humanoid, but indistinct. The figure was made entirely of light. It spoke, not in words but through emotions. The team experienced a cascade of feelings: curiosity, warmth, sadness, joy. The sphere was alive, or at least sentient. The figure conveyed a message, fragments of its civilization's purpose. They were guardians, protectors of knowledge and balance. The Great Three were monuments to their existence. But something had happened. Their civilization was gone. The guardians were no more. The sphere conveyed hope. Humanity had found the Great Three. Perhaps they could continue the legacy. The encounter ended. The sphere returned to its original form. The team returned to the Odyssey. The implications were staggering. Humanity had discovered evidence of an ancient civilization, one that spanned the stars, one that had valued knowledge above all else. The crew was determined. They would protect the Great Three. They would learn from them. They would honor the legacy of the Guardians. The Odyssey transmitted its findings to Earth. The world reacted with awe. The discovery of the Great Three united humanity. Exploration efforts doubled. Other relics were sought. The Great Three became a symbol, a reminder that the universe was vast and filled with wonder. Humanity was no longer alone. They were part of something greater. The Great Three remained in the Crixus Nebula. They were untouched. Humanity respected their sanctity. Scientists studied them from afar. The legacy of the Guardians lived on, and humanity continued its journey, reaching farther, learning more, inspired by the mysteries of the Great Three. Years passed, and the study of the Great Three transformed human understanding of the universe. Every transmission from the Odyssey became a historical record. The legacy of the Guardians began to permeate all aspects of human life. Philosophers debated the implications of their existence. Scientists sought to replicate the advanced technologies they had glimpsed. Artists and writers found endless inspiration in the stories of the Great Three. The alliance of stellar nations, humanity's governing body among the stars, established a dedicated research station near the Great Three. Named Sentinel Prime, the station was home to the best minds humanity could offer. They worked tirelessly to unlock the secrets of the structures. Yet, despite all their efforts, the deeper mysteries remained elusive. Kael became the face of the expedition. Her work with the crystalline spire earned her universal acclaim. She led the research teams with unwavering determination. Her theories about the interconnectedness of the Great Three began shaping new fields of study. Kael often said, "The Great Three are not just relics. They are a map, a guide to something even greater." Meanwhile, the liquid-like sphere remained the most enigmatic of the structures. Teams continued to report interactions with it. Each encounter was unique. Some experienced vivid visions. Others felt profound emotions. None could fully explain its purpose. The sphere seemed to be waiting. But for what? No one could say. One day, a breakthrough occurred. A junior researcher named Dax Holloway proposed a daring experiment. He suggested the sphere might respond more directly to neural synchronization. His idea was radical. It involved connecting a human mind directly to the sphere's energy field. The proposal sparked intense debate. Some argued it was too dangerous. Others believed it was the key to understanding the Guardian's legacy. After much deliberation, Kael approved the experiment. Holloway volunteered to be the test subject. He underwent extensive preparation. The neural link was established. The room was silent as the connection was made. The sphere pulsed brighter than ever before. Waves of energy enveloped Holloway. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, his body stiffened. His eyes widened. The entire station seemed to resonate with the sphere's energy. Holloway began to speak. His voice was calm, but layered with an otherworldly tone. He described visions of immense cities floating among the stars. He spoke of beings who transcended physical form. He described a great conflict, one that had shattered their civilization. His words painted a picture of both tragedy and triumph. The Guardians had faced an enemy unlike any other, a force driven by consumption and destruction. To stop it, they had sacrificed everything. The Great Three were their final act, a beacon for those who came after, a warning and a gift. Holloway's connection lasted only minutes, yet it revealed more than years of study had uncovered. When the link was severed, he collapsed, exhausted but unharmed. The revelations sent shockwaves through the station and beyond. Humanity now understood the stakes. The enemy the Guardians had faced might still exist. If it did, humanity needed to be prepared. The Alliance of Stellar Nations declared the Great Three a galactic heritage site. They also initiated Project Sentinel. Its mission was to study the knowledge gained from Holloway's connection and use it to advance humanity's defenses. Over the next decade, humanity achieved unprecedented progress. New propulsion systems allowed ships to travel faster than ever. Energy shielding technology became standard. Yet the greatest advancement came from studying the crystalline spire. Kael's team discovered how to access more of its stored information. It revealed techniques for sustainable energy generation, techniques that ended resource conflicts on Earth. But the Great Three held deeper secrets still. One day, the spire's light patterns changed. It emitted a sequence no one had seen before. Kael and her team worked tirelessly to interpret it. The patterns pointed to a location deep within uncharted space, a region known as the Void Cluster. It was an area avoided by explorers due to its hazardous conditions. The Alliance debated the risks of sending an expedition, yet the potential rewards were too great to ignore. The decision was made. A fleet was assembled. The Odyssey, now retrofitted with the latest technology, led the charge. Kael, Marlowe, and Holloway were all aboard. The mission was clear: to uncover what lay within the Void Cluster and determine its connection to the Great Three. The journey was perilous. The Void Cluster lived up to its name. Navigating its gravitational anomalies was a constant challenge. But the fleet persevered. After weeks of travel, they reached the coordinates provided by the spire. What they found left them speechless. Another structure loomed before them. It was larger than the Great Three combined. Its design was both familiar and alien. This was the Nexus, the heart of the Guardian's network. It pulsed with energy. The fleet's sensors struggled to comprehend its scale. Kael theorized it was a repository of knowledge, a central hub for the Guardian's civilization. The Odyssey sent out probes. As they approached the Nexus, a signal was detected. It was faint but unmistakable. It was a message, and it was directed at humanity. The words were simple: "You are the inheritors. Use what we left wisely. Protect what we could not." The Nexus opened. A gateway formed. Beyond it lay possibilities humanity could barely imagine. The expedition had found more than they had ever hoped. The legacy of the Great Three was only the beginning. Humanity stood at the threshold of a new era. Their journey had just begun.